I know. We're live. Going live. What is going on, guys? The SmackTalk team is back to discuss this Sunday's Clash of Champions pay-per-view. I am the Macho Man, Matty Savage.
Dan Go.
Timo. And I'm Insider BA. We are tuning in. You are tuning in, to our Clash of Champions People's Podcast predictions. So, if you're not following us already, why aren't you doing that? Please give us a like, a follow, a share, and a retweet, and a subscribe if you're watching us on YouTube. We're live on YouTube right now. We're also live on our Twitter, and we're live on Facebook, like you can see us right now. Please go ahead and comment along, and I love you if you do, and give us that like and subscribe, please. Please, my friend. My fancy sports talk. Real OGs. But of course,
piggybacking off my fantasy sports talk. Of course, thank you to all our Facebook groups that allow us to just share our content on it. We definitely appreciate you all. Thank you for the continued support. Now, let's get ready for Clash of Champions.
It's time. You know, I like being interactive. We love being interactive with you guys. So I'm going to be following along in the comments. Dan the Man actually posted his picks for this pay-per-view. So I'm going to be shouting out every single one of his picks every single time we call out a match. So Dan the Man, if you're not with us, you're a part of the show, even if you're not here. I'll tell you this right now. Comments are already rolling in. And I'm just going to, hey, let's go. Let's just ride.
Jeez. Keep on rolling, baby. You know what time it is. So this is Clash of Champions. I prefer when it was called the Night of Champions. Tim and I were having a little bit of a discussion the other night. Tim, dwell on that.
I just think Clash of Champions implies that champion versus champion matches would happen. And I think that's a pretty cool concept when you get that, like, because you have dueling brands. But what other pay-per-view has dueling brands? Survivor Series. What if Night of Champions, a.k.a. Clash of Champions, really lived up to its name? You had champion versus champion, each brand, and the brand that maybe had the most championship wins, that counts towards their Survivor Series picks.
Don't give it all away.
Yeah, I was just spitballing. I was thinking, how can you make this more interesting? Because Clash of Champions, yeah, every championship belt is defended, but half of the matches are thrown together and kind of suck. Oscar and Zelina. Just not a championship match to expect.
Did you all hear that? He said Oscar. Timo said Oscar.
It's just not a match.
Just wait till we get to the match.
Just not a match.
Just wait. Sweetie.
Hey, or I'll save that thought and I'll remind you guys. And you'll go back, watch this episode on YouTube, and remember, wow, Tim did mention that. So stick around for a long time. It's going to be coming around the
It's going to be a long time and a good
So we got Timo's hot take for Clash of Champions. Dan, go, you're up. What you got? What's your feel on this pay-per-view before we get into it?
I feel like it didn't bring the energy that it needed to be classified as a Clash of Champions. Clash of Champions is such a predominant name, and all you think of you're thinking of the Kings of Kings during this pay-per-view. These are the top dogs of their division. It's the Clash of Champions. I'm not thinking of number 1 ranked player going against number 79th ranked player. I'm thinking it's number 1 versus number 2 the entire pay-per-view, and it did not fulfill those needs. This is a lackluster pay-per-view, just getting to the second pay-per-view next month.
Yeah.
BA, your thoughts?
My thoughts on this card, it's very stale. There's only probably, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 matches that I'm really looking forward to. Other than that, I'm all set with. When we get to the match, I'm going to tell you if I like it or not. How about that?
Just like that.
Maddie?
Well, I already said it. I wish this pay-per-view was still called Night of Champions. I think the card obviously is promising. We were talking about it a little bit before we went live about if we were feeling the feuds going in or not. So we'll touch a little more on it, and I think we could just jump right in, honestly.
Jump right in, sweetie.
You know what? Before we jump in, let me remind everyone here, the Chop returns tonight.
Here.
That's right.
We have not been live since the SummerSlam pay-per-view back a month ago now. About a month ago.
Yes, exactly 4 weeks.
It hasn't been. Wow, time flies when you're having fun. Feels like so long ago that SummerSlam was. But anyway, the Chop is back tonight So we will reveal the results of last month's pay-per-view later on in the show. So make sure you keep tuning in. And thank you for those that are right now.
Just a quick tidbit. If you are new to the viewership, thank you so much for joining along. And if you didn't already know, the chop is when the person who got the least amount of wrestlers correct during a pay-per-view literally gets chopped in the chest by the person that got the most correct during a pay-per-view. So it is going to happen tonight. It is back. Again, new viewers, stick along. At the end of this, someone gets smacked in the chest.
It's awesome. We all say woo at the end.
It's pretty simple, and then we close the show. So before we get to that, let's get into the actual match card for Clash of Champions. First match I'm going to get into, it's on the pre-show. It's Asuka defending the Raw Women's Championship against Zelina Vega. Sounds like BA is ready to go first.
I am ready to bring the energy to this stale card. I'll tell you this right now. Timo is going to go after me because I know Timo is going to do it. But I'll tell you this. If Charlotte Flair was your Raw Women's Champion, she would not be on the kickoff show. So we go back to 2 years ago when me and Timo had the great debate about, is Asuka a contender on the main roster? You know what? This right here, once again, another check mark for BA says, sorry, buddy, you are not an actual contender. I don't care if you don't have contenders. I know that's going to be his argument. There is no Raw Women's contenders when it comes to the Raw Women's Champion because the division has gone downhill since Becky Lynch is gone with the pregnancy. Charlotte Flair is on the IR. And then you also go along with whatever the hell garbage is in front of me. You got freaking Lana getting through a table because Miro debuted on All Elite Wrestling Dynamite. That's why she's going through that table. That's a hot take, just saying it. But for my pick for this match, let's bring it back. Let's settle down. Simmer down. Asuka, of course, has to retain, is going to retain. Zelina Vega is not getting enough credit for her actual wrestling ability. She is actually a good wrestler, but she's been on TV as a manager for Angel Garza and Andrade and whatever stable that she's currently part of, because Austin Theory used to be part of that, I think. I don't really know. But that was back in the day. But Asuka will retain. This match won't even go 5 minutes.
I don't care if it goes 5 minutes. I don't care if it goes 1 minute, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. It doesn't matter. Asuka wins this match. There's no doubt about it.
1,000,000% Asuka wins this match. However, piggybacking off Brian, I would love to say, hey, Zelina has been brought up as a manager. Yes. So the WWE main roster fan group should not know that she's a good wrestler unless they are hardcore WWE fans and they watch both. I mean, like the Raw viewership is supposed to be like the average, just randoms. And you're not supposed to know. That's what's going to make this match great to the new people watching. So I like that. I like that there are people out there that don't know Zelina can wrestle because they think she's just just management material. Yep. And this is her breakout performance to those viewers where she can actually get into, she's going to lose this match, all right? But she's going to make it a case where she's now going to be a front runner to being a women's champion. I'm all for it. She doesn't deserve to win this match. Let's call a spade, man. She doesn't belong in this match. But if any match that has Zelina in the match name will propel her. And having her paired up with Asuka will only show the best wrestling Zelina can perform because Asuka is the best contender to be taking those bumps from Zelina.
Fair. So I think we're taking a little too much time on this match, but I have to get a rebuttal in.
It's the women's champion.
I have Asuka retaining. Easy pick.
Give it her due.
But to have my rebuttal, the only reason this is on the pre-show is because of Zelina Vega. If it was Charlotte versus Zelina, it would still be on the pre-show because it's just the kind of garbage match it is.
No,
ever since Charlotte
Flair would not settle for a kickoff match.
Yes,
I will put money on that.
I mean, there's no way to prove it. So I don't know what you're trying to put money on, but it wouldn't be the first. Like it's Zelina Vega, unfortunately. Also, since Charlotte and Becky have been gone, there have been 3 people that have carried the women's division. Yes. Obviously, Bayley, and Sasha.
Yep.
And number one, I think, Asuka, because she made that whole feud happen. She broke them up. She is the driving woman of the whole storyline in the women's division, because none of the other storylines actually count, because nothing makes sense.
You're damn right she is.
But Asuka is the women's division. She's the champion. And like you said, there's no one on Raw to really face her, but Zelina Vega is the reason this is a pre-show match. Charlotte versus Zelina Vega, that's pre-show to me too.
Wow.
Nobody wants to watch Charlotte versus Zelina either.
Hey,
That's a hot take.
We're gonna get to a match that should be on the kickoff show.
Not point for you. That's just like you said. You said she's not main card material or what? Not main card material. She's not main roster material.
I said main card contender.
Main card. She's the best contender they have because
If
she doesn't need to be the
If
person.
she is your so-called women's champ for Raw, and she's carrying the Raw women's division, I'm sorry. You have to be on the main card. You're not on the main card, are you, Tim?
What?
Are you on the main card?
For what?
Is Asuka Zelina Vega on the main card?
No.
So she's on the main card material.
Every woman has not been on the main card before.
I want you to
because of one garbage
to
match.
go back.
But
every single kickoff.
what his argument is saying, it's not Asuka that made it to the
I understand
pre-show.
that.
It's Zelina.
I totally agree with that statement. But
So if it's
Charlotte
not-
I'm saying Charlotte Flair versus Zelina is undercard too.
No, it's not.
Yes. it is.
Charlotte Flair would not settle for a.
The only
kickoff
reason they
show.
even put this match together is because it's Clash of Champions and they need
Correct.
everyone to defend it.
Correct.
So they
If
just
Charlotte
threw this
Flair
match
was
together.
Here, Charlotte Flair would be on the main card.
Like I think in a year from now, Zelina Vega versus Asuka, if they build Zelina Vega as a wrestler, that's going to be a fantastic.
I can see that.
But right
main
now, this
eventing
match
evolution.
has no relevance to anything, and it's just thrown together because it's Clash of Champions.
so you're absolutely right, Tim. I'm going to close this match by just saying one thing and one thing only, and I'm going to side with BA on this. The Raw Women's Division is obviously in a struggle right now. And Asuka, no fault to her, so I'll side with you on this one. No fault to her. She got no competition.
This match is
The
just
competition that she should have is currently tied into a tag team that we're going to get into next.
Yeah, that's
I'm talking about Nia Jax and I'm talking about Shayna Baszler. That's the first match I want to talk about because these two stupid bitches are defending the women's tag team titles against the Riot Squad. First of all, let me just say, why the fuck are these guys a team? It's whack. Get this off my TV, and for that reason, and that reason only, I'm going with the Riot Squad are going to win the women's tag team titles to give some sort of point to them. The titles, anyway, not them. I mean, and Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax, it's gotta be rough because they shouldn't be a tag team in the first place. I see what they're doing. I think it's whack. Riot Squad wins. Nia Jax takes the pin. When her and Shayna Baszler get into some kind of scuffle, and Shayna Baszler basically walks off, and Nia Jax takes the L because she should over Shayna Baszler, and that's the bottom line because the Macho Man Manny Savage said so.
Real quick, I'm going to piggyback off that. I have Nia Jax taking the L as well. First of all, I am so done with non-tag team people.
Tag teams.
Tag teams.
Non-tag team tag teams.
Now run a tag team division. Let me tell you something. WWE, this is all your fault. You know what? Because you literally trailblaze the way a tag team should be. They should be in sync the entire way. And then all of a sudden you gave us so many random tag teams. And for the time being, some of them worked. Right? Like, I'm not going to fault you 100% because, we had Triple H and Stone Cold as a tag team, and God damn it, they blew the roof off the top. But that's because those guys are Hall of Famers. And you cannot ask Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax to be your Stone Cold and Triple H. That is your fault. You made us believe that you think you can make that a thing. Well, guess what? It is not a thing. You have two badass women that can literally fight and be beasts against each other, and you put us through a tag team. You put us through a tag team fling for what? First of all, you guys started this off with them fighting each other and then becoming best friends. And I get it. They're not best friends. They're tag team. Blah blah blah. It's whack. It's whack, man. Whack. Get this off my TV. I'd rather watch something else.
You got Riot Squad. Nia Jax takes the pin.
Yep.
Wow. I'm just going to say, I kind of agree that Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, I agree with Matt and Danny. These guys should not be in the tag team picture. They should be fighting for the title. They should be in the main event picture because these are your top women. Like, Nia Jax has always been built like, hey, she's one of the hardest people to beat. And then Shayna Baszler, that's your, like, up-and-coming NXT star, main roster now. Let's make an impact. But you have her in the tag team division. I have them winning because they're a dominant force. No matter what, these two are two of the most dominant wrestlers.
Damn.
You want us to believe they're the most dominant? They have to win this.
Right.
They have to win. So I have Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax winning.
Takes the pin.
Ruby Riott.
Right. All right. B8.
I am very surprised that I've heard all three of their predictions, and I honestly thought I was going to be the only one that was going to pick the Riot Squad. So I am picking the Riot Squad to win this matchup. My girl Liv Morgan is going to go ahead and pin Nia Jax. I have nothing else to say because everything has been said. Let's move on.
That's epic.
Well, since we are talking tag teams, let's keep the tag team thing going. Let's get this match out of the way because I think this is pathetic. I'm talking Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro defending the SmackDown tag team titles against the Lucha House Party. I think it's Grand Metalik and Lindsay Dorado with Kalisto on the outside. BA, if you got to fix that, let me know.
I don't know who's going to – it's like a new day. You don't know which one's going to be in the match.
Damn it.
So, can I start?
Of course.
So, I have, of course, Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura winning this. I would not be surprised if some freaking fluke happens where Lucha House Party wins this match.
Come on.
But
make it quick. This is easy.
And I don't know. Listen, this is the match that should be on the kickoff show.
Yes, I agree.
Okay? If Asuka was a legit main roster contender, she'd be in this spot right here, not Cesaro and Shinsuke. So, Cesaro and Shinsuke win, and I have Kalisto taking the pin because of a certain comment that came in saying, Dan the Man says, one member of the Lucha House Party turns heel. Dan Carell said, the Lucha House Party is still a thing. Yes, they are, unfortunately. I'll tell you this right now. I personally think, just based on what I've been seeing on SmackDown, that Grand Metalik and Lindsay Dorado is the ones who are going to turn on Kalisto. And here we go. That's going to be some whack-ass storyline on SmackDown. Moving on.
Sorry, real quick. Again, Facebook groups, thank you so much for sharing us. We appreciate you guys so much.
Really?
People over at Pro Wrestling Discussion on Facebook, homeboy Clint Jenkins, who approved Pro Wrestling Discussion and allowing us to be on their page. We appreciate you. Real wrestling fans, that page is swag as hell. Please give them a follow. Again, thank you guys so much for allowing us to be on your page.
Thank you.
And now let me continue with this stupid ass match that's on this card. Because Shinsuke Nakamura, and Cesaro.
Hideo Itami. Remember that? Remember that podcast?
I was just thinking my fantasy football name there. Shinsuke Nakamura. Anyway, they got to retain here and because, man, fuck the Lucha House Party. I don't give a fucking flying shit if they break up. I don't care if it's Grand Metalik. I don't care if it's Lindsay Dorado, Takamichi Nobu. It doesn't matter which one of them turns on. It doesn't matter. I don't give a shit. And the guy I'm going to have taking the pin, I'm going with Lindsay Dorado because, whatever.
Yeah, you guys remember SO Rios?
Oh,
SO Rios, bro. European champ.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Pablo Montoya?
Bye,
Portugal.
Aldo Montoya. Oh my God, it's Johnson Incredible.
Come on, man.
Gonna ride that same Cesaro train. Cesaro Shinsuke Nakamura retain. Wow. I got Metalik taking the pin. But in Tim's defense with the whole Asuka thing. Sorry, bud. This match is going to be a better wrestling match. It's going to be more enjoyable to watch
It's a good kickoff
than
match.
Asuka and Zelina.
But it's a good kickoff match. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
I
you
mean,
get the
they're
viewers that are
wrestling.
Like, wow, look at these guys flying around. You're gonna have a boring Asuka versus Zelina Vega on the freaking kickoff.
But Asuka is the epitome of women's wrestling, though.
Put some respect on Grand Metalik's name. He's one of the best wrestlers they have. And he's stuck in this Lucha House Party bullshit. They treat Lucha House Parties so like a joke.
Because they are.
They have such a
Kind of, but that's just how they build them.
Not really.
Kalisto.
They used to come out with fucking pinatas, bro.
Yes,
That's
like,
a joke.
bro. That is straight 80s Vince McMahon. Get that out of your head. Grand Metalik, one of the best wrestlers.
Kill me with this shit.
Like this
Y'all killing me with this shit.
Grand Metalik is so good though. Like, and I'm not like Grand Metalik would be one of the best wrestlers in AEW, and they would build him right. He'd be better than
Don't downgrade
Pentagon.
AEW like that.
Hey, he'd be better than Pentagon. He'd be better than.
Come on, man.
Yes.
You're talking
Yes.
Hall of Famous,
Hey,
man.
save that for another podcast. Don't forget
What?
about that.
I'm
Time
just
out.
saying,
Time out.
Cesaro and Shinsuke can't lose to the joke that is the Lucha.
Damn right.
You damn right. Time
God
out. Time
damn
out.
it.
Again, everybody that is following us along, watching the podcast, don't forget we got BA on the comments here, so please keep the comments flowing.
Oh, they're flowing. I'm seeing them all. But it's like
Right. Just
I
making
can't really-
sure.
I can't really jump
Making
in
sure.
because there's too many hot takes.
Because we want to make sure we interact with everybody. I want all of your hot takes.
Bonus point taking the pin is I don't know how to say his name. Dorado.
Lindsay.
Say the
Why
right-
can't you put some respect on his name? Why is it?
Because I haven't
Metalik is the
watched-
one that tickled your fanny.
Because WWE
Metalik-
is so bad. I barely watch
Metalik-
2 hours a week and I don't get to see this.
Hey, because you guys seem to be in such a tag team mood,
Hey,
we're gonna keep going
It's
with
been
the
a while.
tag team titles.
We got
We're
another
talking-
one?
But before
Whoa.
you say that,
Go.
go ahead and like, share, follow, retweet, subscribe. That's the 5 things you got to do. Dave Carrero, I see what you just said, and I appreciate you, my friend. Maybe we'll take a beer at St. James one night because it's been a while since I've seen you. I only come for
What's
BA.
going on?
That's what he just said. My man,
What happened?
Dave Carrero. I only come for BA.
Disrespecting Macho Man, Dango, and Timo. Come on now. All right, we're talking Raw Tag Team titles next. It's the Street Profits defending the Raw Tag Team titles against Andrade and Angel Garza without Zelina Vega. These two have been erupting friendships, whatever the hell is going on there. I'm going to kick this one off. I'm going with the Street Profits are going to retain once again because they deserve to. They are the most entertaining tag team that Raw's got going right now. And for the pin, I'm going with Angel Garza because I think finally Andrade and Garza boil over and literally actually they're going to be done this time for real.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take this a different direction. I think Andrade and Garza win the title because without Zelina Vega,
Viva Mexico!
I don't think they know how to build Andrade because he's still learning to speak English. He's still going to classes. He does really good. But I think when he was a singles star, it had a lot to do with Zelina Vega too.
Sure.
He had great matches. He's one of the best up-and-coming wrestlers they have. But I think they're going to stick him in this tag team because without Zelina Vega, what is he?
He is a Cruiser 205 Live champion.
Maybe. That's why they got him in this tag team match. So give him the titles because they've had these two bananas together for fucking so long and they just have the same matches over and over, so might as well give them the titles.
So I want to go right after that because I have the Street Profits retaining. I am going to say Andrade and Garza do finally split up. And I really feel like I just read a report that Andrade can do his own thing. Like he can work the microphone more than people think he can. I think it's Andrade's time to be by himself and work his own or get something with Charlotte. I mean, this is the time, right?
I mean, the time, no. The
Maybe,
time
yeah.
was when he was United States champion.
Yep.
That was the time, and they fucked that up too.
You can't see me.
But you
Time
have,
is not now.
you have to roll with the punches, right? Why can't Andrade lose this tag team match, get his way into the heavyweight championship match, and then have a lucha versus the Fiend thing?
Listen,
Like, we can make things
listen,
happen.
I'm not saying I'm against that. I'm just saying
Listen,
his opportunity was when he was
Just gonna say,
Hey,
if WWE comes with that, skip. Take
You
my
already hit
5%.
first. Let me just say this.
Hire me. It's cool.
The Street Profits will retain their titles. Andrade will be taking the pin because what's going to happen is Andrade and Garza, I'll be like butting heads during the match. It is what it is. They do their thing as always. Alina, maybe she's there, maybe she's not. Maybe she got her arm broken by Asuka because I guess she's a main card contender. And yeah, that's going to happen. Garza's going to walk away from the match. Walk away from the match. Is it okay? Well, Garza's going to walk away from the match. Street Profits win. Andrade gets pinned. And this comment right here, Dan Garcia.
Bring it.
Street Profits, the hottest tag team since the Hardys flew onto the scene. I agree.
Wow.
I agree.
Give me New Day.
God damn it.
A legit.
Uso.
Listen. A legit tag team that came from somewhere.
New Day.
Yeah.
Coffee Kingston, Biggie Langston.
It's Kofi. It's not coffee. It's not what you drink in the morning.
It's
you
a
say
medium-
this every
medium
goddamn. It's
Hey,
not coffee.
I don't care what it is, but all those three guys were never an
It's not
actual
coffee.
tag team anywhere. This is the WWE's way of things. Just put the guys together and they become tag
Do
teams.
you like cream with
Look,
your coffee?
Street Profits
Then they
were a thing.
won.
I just day one.
I know what you mean.
I'll take a medium iced regular coffee.
Kingston, please.
Kofi.
Next, let's get away from these tag team championships.
All right,
Damn.
For real.
How about a singles? A singles
Let me
little
get a
feud
say
going
on
on
it.
here. We're
Put
gonna
me
get
on the
into it. We're gonna get into some hurt business. We got Bobby Lashley defending the United States title against Apollo Crews. Man, I circled something, and I'm gonna start off
Wow.
and change it on the
Ah,
spot.
God almighty. What are you doing?
Oh,
yourself?
100%.
I crossed it out. Apollo Crews, as soon as I announced his name, it just ain't happening because I don't give a damn about Apollo Crews. I don't give a damn about Ricochet. Hurt Business all day. Bobby Lashley retains the United States title because the Hurt Business needs the United States title.
How can you not be sold on the Hurt Business? Damn it, they
That's
are
why I changed
running
it.
Raw. They are running Raw. Apollo Crews stands no chance
Oh,
against
shit.
Bobby Lashley.
But wait, but does he though?
No.
Because we're talking about the Hurt Business and Retribution, who are obviously not a part of this card, and we can talk about them at this point. They are obviously the feud for the Hurt Business. So a little bit of me makes me want to uncross out my cross out and take Crews here. But you know what?
Stick
Apollo
with it, baby.
Crews, I'm going with
Stick
it.
with it, baby.
Bobby Lashley retains.
It's got to be Bobby Lashley that retains. It has to be. You need to start building the guys right. Bobby Lashley is a guy that can he's proven, he's a proven winner, man.
I'm sorry, guys. I know I'm stealing the thunder,
Another
but if Bobby loses, Apollo wins. They go through the whole Retribution bullshit, and then Cedric is United States title material.
God.
Hey.
You just gotta build them.
This is the time. You're building him as the Hurt Business United States champion because Bobby Lashley, let's be real,
Look at this guy
should
selling
be
everybody.
in the main event picture.
So what's your pick?
I mean, I'm sticking with Bobby. I'm just saying.
It's got to be Bobby.
I'm just going. I'm just saying.
I hate this man.
The Hurt Business is best for business. I'm going Bobby Lashley. They finally have started building some of these guys, right? Because when you have Bobby Lashley bending over, slapping his ass, it's like, this is not Bobby Lashley.
If this was around the horn, you would have gotten multiple points
Yes,
from me by
because-
dropping that. The Hurt Business is best for business.
This is some of the best they put. This is a position for them to succeed, and they are succeeding. This is what we have been waiting for these guys.
Yeah.
These guys, like, we were like, Bobby Lashley came to WWE. They didn't really give him much. They did a strongman thing, like we've seen that a million times. They did, I'm gonna bend over and kiss my, like, Leo Rush on the mic was great, but come on, what is Bobby Lashley? This is Bobby Lashley. This is what I wanted to see.
Yeah.
They're giving them a lot to work with and making them seem as strong as they should be.
I just want to quickly just say, Retribution does not belong in a feud with Hurt Business right now. I don't need I need Hurt Business. WWE wrestling needs Hurt Business more than wrestling needs Retribution.
All right.
Like, even Shelton attention.
Let me piggyback off what you're saying right there.
Just saying.
Dave Carell's gonna love this because he watched about a lot of classic wrestling. I don't know if you watched the Attitude Era, but back in the Attitude Era, you had all these factions. Okay, they're finally doing it. They're finally giving us factions. They have the Hurt Business. They have Retribution. As far as anything else, maybe we'll see as the weeks come. But this is the thing that they're building around is this whole Retribution and the Hurt Business. So when I think of Hurt Business now, I think of like the Nation of Domination. Okay, so the Nation of Domination is the Hurt Business.
This is a 2020.
The Hurt Business is the Nation of Domination of 2020. Cedric Alexander is like Dwayne The Rock Johnson joining the Nation.
The Hurt Business is like mid-card evolution. You got a lot of older guys, a little older guys, kind of like legends in their own way, like mid-card legends. I think they're the mid-card evolution.
Yes.
They are just here, and they just fuck shit up.
Go ahead.
Right? They're dominating.
Yeah.
That's my.
It's the Nation.
Can I go out
That's
on
what
a
we're doing
limb?
too.
I want to go out on a limb and say, if you are just tuning in to the Hurt Business and you don't know what to make of them, but you are a fan of Power that's on Stars.
Ooh.
This is basically a sum up of what Power is in a TV show in 4 men. The Hurt Business. They are high quality.
Who's gonna
Bad
kill
guys.
Ghost then? Oops, spoiler.
So back what I was saying, I feel like Cedric is like The Rock joining in. There you go. Dave Crow just says BA is on point. Thank you. It's like it's history.
This guy, you just toot your own fucking horn with Dave.
Hey, listen, brother. Just because you have no fans, my number one fan is Dave Carell. Don't hate the player.
What are you guys doing in that St. James bathroom?
You just hating that you never.
Why is your Venmo going? Why is your
All right.
Cash App going up?
You guys are jealous of the nightcaps that you guys never witnessed. My pick is I'm sorry,
Oopsies.
Bobby Lashley. Bobby
Of
Lashley.
Oops.
What is this match?
Has went across the board here.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. Stupid.
Moving right along. Let's
Here
go
we
to the
go.
other mid-card
Here we go.
title. We're talking the IC title.
Let's bring it.
We're talking Jeff Hardy, your Intercontinental Champion. We're talking Sami Zayn, your Intercontinental Champion that has never officially lost it
Boom.
or was stripped. Let's be real. And
I take that over.
the phenomenal AJ Styles. These 3 men will be competing in a ladder match for the Intercontinental title. And this, ladies and gentlemen, I don't care about whatever has been built, which I think has been very well done. This match will be the match to watch. This is the match I got my eyes on. I am looking forward to
Match
this
of
match
the night, folks.
without a doubt. Without a doubt. This
will
is
be
your match of the night.
a very fun match. I just want to say to all you Sami Zayn supporters, you're right. He is the Intercontinental Champion. Shut up. You guys are a bunch of pansies. You guys happen to forget the whole rule of if you can't defend your title in what? A month?
30 days.
You lose it. And guess what?
Listen,
You lost it.
listen.
Sami Zayn doesn't deserve to retain the title after 30 days.
This
Don't
is
listen. No,
This
no.
is the WWE where Brock Lesnar was a 500-day champion and he never defended it every 30
Don't
days.
care. Don't care. Don't ever try to compare Brock Lesnar to Sami Zayn. That won't work. You want to talk LeBron James not getting that call? You know why Jamal Murray didn't get that call? Because you don't deserve that call against LeBron James. You do not deserve that call. Sorry, Brock Lesnar has put through way more accolades than Sami Zayn. Get out of here, you intercontinental chump. You're a fucking loser, bro. You left because you wanted to leave. And I agree. Man, you left on real reasons. I appreciate and I applaud that.
Your boy Roman Reigns left
I
too,
applaud
man.
that. I applaud that. But you know what? Don't come back saying you're a champion, man. You're not a champion. Earn that shit.
You tell me Roman Reigns earned his
So who's
spot? You tell me Roman Reigns came back from COVID and earned his spot in the title match?
Yeah, you know why? Because don't ever try to compare Roman Reigns against Sami Zayn.
Oh
Don't be
my
that crazy.
God.
Why are we even having this conversation?
Smoking me.
Ryan, don't give me that shit. Sami Zayn deserves to be in the world heavyweight title. Get the fuck out of here.
Time out.
Bro,
You don't
Time
see
out.
real talent is what you don't see.
I
Time
know
out.
real talent.
Time out. Time out.
Damn it, man.
Wait. But let's be real.
Roman Reigns is the big dog of
Let-
that.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm not talking apples to fucking tomatoes here. Okay.
Usually it's oranges.
I know that.
Wow,
but
that was
I like I like apples and I like oranges and I
There's so
like
many things
apples
going
and I
on.
hate tomatoes.
Lots of tomato. I'm talking vegetables and fruit.
You with me? You with me?
Yes, go ahead.
Damn. You just dropped a really hard hammer there. But on the real, Sami Zayn, on the real, was never announced as being stripped of the championship because whoa. WWE has no problem making an announcement when anybody has not defended the title for 30 days.
You gotta take that up with Vince himself, don't you?
I'm just saying.
Hey,
I'm not trying to defend Sami Zayn.
I'm just saying the
I'm
rule.
just letting it be known.
The rule, and in WWE fashion, the rule applies to who it applies to. You're gonna tell me you're gonna strip the belt, you're gonna strip the United States Championship belt from John Cena, or you're gonna strip the Intercontinental belt of Sami Zayn. Let me tell you something, brother. You're not even putting John Cena in that damn sentence. It's gonna be Sami Zayn all the way. You wanna go home? Fine. Leave the belt behind and we'll take it up from here. But you know why? Because your shoes are so easily replaceable. We could put anybody in that spot and take over just like you weren't ever there. You know why? You're not there yet. And I do not hate it. But don't tell me like Sami Zayn deserves the belt because he left and came back. No, man, you came back. You didn't deserve anything. You didn't deserve the belt before you left. What do you mean? Don't get yourself twisted with I am in Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar level when you are Sami Zayn. Fact check that shit.
So Dan,
I got AJ Styles winning it. Put the Intercontinental belt on somebody who fucking deserves it.
So, I'm just going to come next and say there's only one person who does not have a legitimate claim to the Intercontinental title, and that's AJ Styles. Sami Zayn, he's wrong, but he has an argument. And Jeff Hardy is the fucking champ. You can't fucking take that away. He's the champ. This guy's the best. And not the best, but the best of these three to actually have the title. So I think Jeff Hardy retains. Sami Zayn, hey, bro, you're frauding. AJ Styles, you deserve better. You deserve to be in the main title picture. And whatever claim you have to the Intercontinental title,
You know why you need AJ Styles?
Does it make
in the
sense?
Intercontinental belt? It's because you need to make the Intercontinental belt relevant.
Jeff Hardy is.
if this was
Stop.
Jeff Hardy is like your
He can
prototypical. The best I got is an Intercontinental title, except for his heavyweight
Hey,
title.
1999 would have been your year.
Dan Go, if this was part of the interruption, I would have already put you on mute because you've said enough.
But I would have gotten that point.
Who's carrying your
BA, the
title
mic is
fight,
yours.
Jeff Hardy?
The mic is mine. I'm going to have Jeff Hardy retaining the title. AJ Styles, rumor alert, is going to be drafted to Raw when the Survivor Series.
Good.
He's not going to win this title unless he takes the title to Monday Night Raw. So that means Bobby Lashley will have to lose to not retain, and that means Apollo Crews will go to
Oh
SmackDown.
my God, my teams are all messed up.
Wait, what
It's
said
just
Bobby
like my fantasy football team.
One more time.
What if they said Bobby Lashley?
The rumor is AJ Styles will be going back to Monday Night Raw when the draft happens. The draft is rumored to be happening after Survivor Series.
Okay.
So, if AJ Styles wins this matchup, he would have to be taking the title to Monday Night Raw, which means the current United States champion, Bobby Lashley, would be going to SmackDown. Unless something happens from here till then.
Switch my picks.
So, Jeff Hardy wins this match. Do not be surprised if Sami Zayn steals it.
I don't want.
You're damn right you should be surprised if Sami Zayn steals it because that's my pick to win because he never lost the title. And you know what? Wouldn't it make sense for scumbag Sami Zayn to just win this damn match, steal this damn match,
Yes.
and then just gloat about it?
Exactly.
It would make
Doesn't
sense.
make sense.
It would.
I mean, and that
but he's
is
gonna
true.
be the
So
But
it's-
Dan Go, I just want to let you know, Dan Go, that I do agree. AJ Styles is the right man for that title.
Yep.
It ain't Jeff Hardy. Because let's be fucking real. The only reason Jeff Hardy even has that title around his waist is because Matt Hardy went to AEW. Let's be real. No offense, Jeff Hardy. You've had a great fucking career. But you are not an Intercontinental Champion in 2020.
I'll give you that.
No,
I don't.
he is not the perfect man.
He's that little card right now.
No, he's not. Who? Jeff Hardy is your mid-card
Bro.
guy?
All right, you know what?
Yeah,
I've been
AJ
saying
Styles.
this for months. I've been
AJ
saying
Styles
this
is
for
a
years.
Top card guy.
I've been saying this for years. I've been saying it for months. Fuck Matt Riddle, right? Matt Riddle should be in that picture. King Corbin should be in that picture. Man, Jeff Hardy, your time has come and gone. Go join your brother over in AEW and recreate the Hardy Boys again.
It's gonna happen. So,
Bring that.
everyone made the pick?
Yes.
Oh,
All right,
yeah.
comments coming in. There's a lot of them, but I'm just going to read off the 2 top ones I saw. Dan Garcia, you finally have your number 1 fan. Matty Savage is God. There's your number 1 fan compared to my Dave Carell. So we're going to have David Carell versus Dan Garcia at WrestleMania this year. I hope you guys make it.
I just want to let it be known, Super Dan. Don't forget about me in the Fantasy Champions League. If you ever need to make a trade, I'm 2-0, baby. Got you.
Look at that.
You can't.
So-
That's collusion.
Hey.
David Carell is saying Jeff Hardy is a transitional champion.
Timestamp this. And
Sorry.
Jeff Hardy, this is Dave Carell saying Jeff Hardy is a transitional champion. He's not going any higher because he's too unreliable. And he also says, Matty Savage, why are you so angry tonight?
Wow.
There's absolutely no anger here, baby.
You're yelling a lot.
It's all love.
Hey, it's just fierce competition.
I'm just letting
It's
it be
the
known.
drive. We haven't played basketball in a while.
I'm just letting it be known when something is disappointing me. And Jeff Hardy as an Intercontinental Champion disappoints me. Because you know what? Should it be, man?
It could be so much better with just like a little bit more effort.
Now,
So-
what about Bailey?
Okay.
What about Bailey?
What about
As
her?
the SmackDown Women's Champion,
What about her?
she is defending against Nikki Cross.
Yeah, you
This-
guys-
this-
got you.
Bailey is not losing. She's retaining. Nikki Cross maybe eventually will be a women's champion, but they're setting up Bailey versus Sasha. She can't lose it now because that big match
Right.
has to happen,
Right.
and it's going to be for the title.
So,
I'm okay.
All right.
And that's my pick.
You had enough.
I'm gonna
That's all I
go.
need to say.
I'm going same boat here. We're going Bailey winning because yes, we do have a great feud as Bailey and Banks, but I don't think that's where the main focus is really going to be.
exactly.
Yeah, they're going to have a great match and they're going to break up the way they got to break up. But I feel like we're going to go see an Alexa Bliss versus Nikki Cross battle,
Oh, without
and
doubt.
it has to happen.
Hell
And
yeah.
I'm going to break BA's heart for a second, and I really don't want to do it, but I have to.
Don't go
Because,
breaking this heart.
in my opinion, Nikki Cross needs to be in the WWE Women's Championship contention for the belt. And the way she does that is she has to go back to her NXT ways where she goes a little
Twisted
dark
Sister.
and beats Alexa Bliss that way in order to gain some respect
No,
on
I-
her name. That's the
I'm not
only
saying-
way
I'm not
you can
saying-
build Nikki Cross
I'm
because you destroyed Nikki Cross, bringing her to where she is. The only way you can make her relevant,
All right.
she's gotta be-
Take the mic.
she's got to be NXT Nikki Cross.
Taking the mic.
Take the mic, BA.
Alexa Bliss did not destroy the Twisted Sister from NXT. I don't know if that's
No.
that's what you just said.
No. Alexa Bliss did not
Oh,
destroy.
okay.
WWE
WWE, the monster
destroyed. WWE creative said, "This is how I want to see Nikki Cross," and it
So,
buried her whole thing.
so here's what's gonna happen. My pick, of course, is Bailey retains Sasha Banks. You know what's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Whenever it happens, it happens. So that's a lot happening, right?
A lot of good stuff.
So Nikki Cross, of course, Alexa Bliss. Every time you see the Fiend, she goes into a trance. She's killing it with whatever character she's there. Seeing Alexa Bliss. If you're not watching us, she's on SmackDown right now. But you should keep tuned into us because if you're not liking, sharing, following, retweeting, subscribing, what are you doing with your life?
No.
So this whole Nikki Cross thing is going to lead to, I don't know if it's going to be a feud between these two, but maybe it's a feud that, well, then again, wouldn't be surprised to learn, ends up being another tag team, and they're both psychotic, and they're in these trances by the Fiend, because Nikki Cross as a Twisted Sister was a great gimmick that they should have kept when they came to the main roster. Unfortunately, Vince McMahon sucks, and he just said, Nikki Cross, you're gonna go out there, you're gonna be Alexa Bliss's partner, and you're gonna go put makeup on for once and do something, because you know what? You're gonna be good. You're gonna be good, kid. And you ended up winning the tag team champs with Alexa Bliss because you shared the glory with the woman who should be the champion of either Raw or SmackDown right now. I'm just leaving on that.
So I'm going to paint a picture for you, and it's pretty simple. Obviously, we are going to get Cross and Bliss as a feud going forward. I don't know if it's going to take a month. I don't know if it's going to take 2 months, 3 months. It don't matter.
Yep.
Bayley is going to retain the women's title here. She will eventually lose it to Sasha whenever that ends up happening. And in my opinion, that should be saved for Royal Rumble WrestleMania type time. Build this out. I mean, you've already been building out the breakup for like a year and a half, it feels like.
Yeah.
And now it finally happened. So let's build out the future feud between Sasha and Bayley towards a bigger pay-per-view like Royal Rumble or WrestleMania.
Right.
Then you have the culmination of Alexa Bliss getting rid of Nikki Cross as Sister Abigail, whatever she is becoming, which I think is fantastic. She will be a heel, I think, based on what I'm seeing.
She should be.
And then she feuds with Sasha Banks. I mean,
Don't write the script for these guys, man.
if
WWE, hire us. We can fix this.
it's pretty simple. End of the day, like I said, Bayley has to retain this Sunday.
So, it's main event time.
Thank God.
Could be main event. We have two
Potential main events. As Vince McMahon would like to say, WrestleMania, they're all main events in my book.
Sure. But this next match, and I'm talking Roman Reigns. This Roman Reigns time. I know you all have been waiting to talk about Roman Reigns. I've been waiting to talk about Roman Reigns. So let's talk about Roman Reigns. Your Universal Champion is defending against his cousin, the Uso Penitentiary. It's Jey Uso, not Jimmy. Jey
Uso.
And I'm going to start this off by saying, and I'm going to hop in while you guys drop your thoughts. But, I mean, without a shadow of a fucking doubt, Roman Reigns wins this match.
Yes.
Okay.
Piggyback.
Can we confirm
Across
that?
the board.
Across the board. One, two,
Across the board,
three.
done.
Roman Reigns.
Finally. Now we can actually just talk about it.
Now let's talk about
God damn it. How good has Roman Reigns and Paul fucking Heyman been for SmackDown Live? Hey, he tweeted, I'm filet mignon. SmackDown is filet mignon. And Monday Night Raw is McDonald's. That was a tweet. And he didn't lie. SmackDown has been bringing the heat since day numero uno. And you know what? Yeah, you hyped up SmackDown on Fox, but come on, Raw is your baby, Vince. Raw is your baby. You have the talent around that damn Monday night to create. You can create something like SmackDown or better. But you know what? I do not want to take away anything from the legend, the greatest of all time, Paul Heyman. That man is a god. Put him on your Mount Rushmore of WWE superstars, because without him, you don't get half your wrestlers on your fake me out Mount Rushmore. He's the reason why WWE is where it's at right now. And you could be one of those motherfuckers that say they're not in a good place. Well, you're going to tune in every time Paul Heyman's on your TV. That man has made it. He's changing wrestling. And buckle in. We're watching.
Who's changing wrestling?
Paul Heyman.
Oh, okay. Making sure.
Paul Heyman.
I'm just going to say I disagree with what you say about Paul Heyman. Like your crazy stuff. Because that was crazy talk. Because Roman Reigns was the guy without him. Brock Lesnar has been the guy without him. I appreciate Paul Heyman for what he's been. Like, he's great. But he's also killed ECW. Like, he fucked everything up in a couple of places. So I would not put him as my Mount Rushmore god. But I do think he's really important to what's going on. Wow. And he's been real important to the last decade. He's never been out of the picture.
I'm kind of curious who you would prefer as a manager.
Nobody, but he just it failed under him eventually, right? It failed.
Well, we can all agree.
Raw is
money.
failing when Paul Heyman stepped down. No, I'm sorry, I didn't get stepped down. He lost his job.
I mean, Raw has been failing for like the past 5 years straight. So it's not anything.
But
he was doing better.
However, I don't have much to. I mean, I don't want to talk about Paul Heyman too much.
You know why? You have to because
No, I just want to say I agree with everything about this Roman Reigns return and with Paul Heyman. It's great. It's exactly what we need. Can't say more. He's gonna win. He's gonna retain, obviously. And Jey Uso, this has elevated the Jey Uso a little bit. That Uso
Somehow.
Facts.
penitentiary. Like I see
It
them as a
became
tag
real.
team now. I'm like, okay, these guys.
He went to a real gym.
If they can hang with Roman Reigns, is a great tag team. So I really think this is good for them. But
Well,
Roman
I'll tell you
Reigns-
this right now.
of course, he.
Hot comic coming right now from Dave Carrell says Paul Heyman is overrated. They stuck him with Brock and Roman because neither is magnetic enough personality-wise.
Right. So you pick your best man.
Brock
to
Lesnar has always
escalate.
been a main event guy before Paul Heyman. He's not. He doesn't have the personality, but people want to see fucking Brock Lesnar. People wanted to see Brock Lesnar in the UFC. They didn't have
Brock
Heyman in the
Lesnar
UFC.
came up with Paul Heyman though.
Yeah, but they don't. He doesn't need him. He was in the UFC. People didn't need Paul
Brock
Heyman. in the
Lesnar
UFC.
is an ass kicker.
He's an ass kicker. He's his name, no matter where
Which
he
is fair.
Draw.
Hey, I don't want to take anything away from the wrestlers.
Because Paul Heyman wasn't there
But
for UFC.
What
and
I
people
want to
all-
say is,
when Brock Lesnar was on the UFC card, it was the most purchased card because Brock Lesnar was
Yeah.
fucking there.
so I just want to like shoot this back your way. You bring
And Roman Reigns was the guy. Like everybody in the locker room, and
No,
Vince McMahon said he
no.
was the
See,
guy.
this is
Paul
why
Heyman.
this is why I can't agree because if you bring Brock Lesnar back from the UFC with no Paul Heyman, he does not last as long as he does to this day. You bring Roman Reigns back the same way you did without Paul Heyman, it doesn't last as
So
long.
that's because it was.
You're talking no, because he beat The Undertaker. He went 9 minutes straight, no commercial, no saying nothing on the microphone, and all of us yelled, "You don't deserve it." Like we gave it to Roman.
But it
We
was
gave
the-
him.
It was the build. It wasn't.
Yeah, so he did that his own self with The Undertaker. He beat The Undertaker. We gave him 9 minutes of go fuck yourself, and that was it. That was it. Then Roman has been the
My
same.
argument isn't that Paul Heyman is bad. It's just
No,
I
no.
didn't agree with Mount Rushmore, and I think we can.
Oh my God.
But
I think we can agree it's not Mount Rushmore. Paul Heyman.
I see. That's where we're wrong.
That's where it's crazy. I was like, Paul Heyman's good.
Who
He's
you
great
put
on
as
the
your
mic.
managers on the top 4?
You said superstars. Reminded because you said
Okay, yeah, all right,
superstars.
But if
Mount
I take
Rushmore.
Paul Heyman out, you don't get Stone Cold Steve Austin. So you take out. No, yeah, that's a fact. Because you know who hired Stone Cold Steve Austin? Paul Heyman did.
But he didn't make Stone Cold.
He doesn't give Stone
made
Cold
himself.
that opportunity. No, I'm done with that shit. People don't make themselves. Man, go fuck yourself with that shit.
Stone Cold had
You
fucking
had-
Austin
you had-
316
no,
promo.
but he would've
That
had-
was on the spot.
You would
He
have
would've
had
himself.
long. No.
He came up with that
Vince
himself.
McMahon gave him a chance. He said, "Go home, sleep on it." There's a fucking documentary on it.
Exactly.
It's like,
That was
give me an
Stone
ice
Cold.
cold beer.
I just want to let it be known. I'm not angry. See?
Me neither. Just
Yeah,
saying.
Stone Cold
Dave-
made himself.
Dave
Come on.
Carrell said, "Keep preaching, Dango." He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Mount much more of superstars. Come on. Like,
UFC.
yes, if you want to say managers, of course. He's one of the best managers of all time. But you can't put him over all the other
But Paul
superstars.
Heyman's on your Mount Rushmore?
Not superstars. We're
Sorry,
talking
Mount
super-
Rushmore of managers. He's not on your Mount.
Yes.
All right, so
But
you
Dango
just
said, Dango said even
Dango said,
superstars.
Timo said, "Rewind the tape."
He
Which is
said,
fine. I said what I said.
he said Paul Heyman on the Mount Rushmore.
Go back,
with
see
fucking-
who Paul Heyman brought up to
with
the
Hogan
company.
and Austin and The Rock and Paul Heyman. That's your fault. No,
No.
that's what Dango said. He said even
Without
superstars.
Paul Heyman, your Mount Rushmore don't exist. That's what I said, and I'll say it again. Bring your Stone Cold out with your bleach blonde long hair that Paul Heyman hired. Found you.
The ringmaster. Come on, he was great.
Good God. He's sticking with his long hair if Paul Heyman doesn't hire you. Like, you're going to go change tires. Give me a break. Like,
He's the ringmaster.
know your history before you come at me.
You said
Paul
even
Heyman-
above superstars. which I didn't agree with.
You're putting Stone Cold on your Mount Rushmore, yes?
So
Without Paul Heyman, you're missing a guy, is what I'm saying.
All right. The mic is gone. You guys are done. Welcome back to the Clash of Champions Predictions People's Podcast. We want to thank you guys for tuning in. We're about to go to our main event, the last match we have to predict. If you haven't already, please go ahead and like, share, follow, retweet, subscribe. All the links are in the description. It's pretty simple. There's actually an attached YouTube link on the Facebook if you're there. If you're watching this on YouTube, you already subscribed. I appreciate you. But hey, Maddie, give us the last match on the card.
Last match of the card, obviously, it's got to be the WWE Championship match. It's an ambulance match.
Yes.
Drew McIntyre, who has been your champion since WrestleMania 36, versus the legend killer Randy Orton. Who would love to go first on this one?
I would love to go first.
Go for it.
So
It's easy.
this is
Daniel says this is easy.
This is easy. Okay, I don't know if he has the same pick as me, but I'll say this. For me, this was tough because we don't know what WWE wants to do. If you give the title to Randy Orton now has Keith Lee and has anybody else that he can like feud with or bring it to WrestleMania to go face Edge if that still happens. Randy Orton, I think right now should win. But the ambulance match is what confuses. It's like really puts a dagger in what I might pick. So I'm gonna pick Drew McIntyre because I see Drew McIntyre when I visualize the match. There's two visualizations. How about that for a word?
Oh,
Can't believe I spit that out. So two visualizations. One is Drew McIntyre goes through an ass beating with both of them, like Randy Orton. They go at it, and then all of a sudden the baby face comes out on top. Throws him into the ambulance, bang. But then there's the other aspect of Randy Orton making sure Drew McIntyre looks strong, doesn't get pinned, gets thrown into the ambulance, bang. See you at Royal Rumble. How about this though? The other take, I'm not going to do it for my pick because I did it for SummerSlam. It didn't happen, thank God, because I didn't. Hey, we're going to get to the chop, by the way. Stay tuned, it's happening right after this. So, the Retribution, of course, they are a thing, and I think they are going to interfere into this matchup where it ends as a no contest, and both motherfuckers, Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton, both get thrown to the ambulance. But that's not my pick. To be the safe bet, I'm going to go with the champ.
killing me with that shit. That's for sure.
It's T-Bar, bro.
T-Bar. All right, I'll go next. I'm going to go against you on this one. I got Randy Orton is your new WWE champion because, I mean, damn, man. The guy has been on top of his game. I mean, we know how many years he's been putting into this. And everything he says on the mic, he captivates you for a reason. Yep. He knows his resume. He knows what he has done. He went into I thought he was going to win at SummerSlam. I don't remember who I picked.
You picked Randy Orton at SummerSlam.
I picked Randy Orton at SummerSlam?
I was the only one that said no contest.
I picked Randy Orton at SummerSlam for a reason because he probably should have won then.
Yes.
And because he didn't win then, he's going to win now. And it's not going to look bad on Drew McIntyre because, like you said, he's not getting pinned. You know, he's not going to look weak in that aspect. And Randy Orton, honestly, man, get that man his 14th world title because he deserves it. He has been putting in the work this year. And you know what? Drew McIntyre, love you, brother. You've done great as a champion during this pandemic era. But the reign, I mean, eventually it has to come to an end. He's not going to be the champion up to WrestleMania next year because we need Randy Orton as your champion. And like you said, again, if it's going to lead to Randy Orton versus Edge for WrestleMania next year, then let it be. I'm cool. I'm in. Lock me in. Randy Orton, WWE champion, the heel champion that Raw needs.
Going opposite, Drew McIntyre retains. It was an easy pick for me. I just think Drew McIntyre needs to see and be strong for the future. I think he's the guy to go to here. I'm going to drop a take here, and I don't want to, but I really, in my opinion, I really don't think Randy Orton becomes that guy to be Ric Flair's legacy championship rings. So in my head, that's already out of my mind. And if that was still in my brain, I would have picked him here because this is an easy win for him to get momentum, to get to the 17-time championship.
Yeah, but I mean, this title win is number 14.
Yeah.
You still would have to lose it and win it another 2 times.
And it's possible. Like this will.
It is possible.
Once he loses this, all bets are off. You're not betting. That
I just hope for your betting sake that you're not doing that because you think that this win for Randy Orton is what's going to justify him becoming the most winningest.
I will say this:
champion of all time.
If we're going to talk about Ric Flair's reigns as champ, I personally think Randy Orton should be the one to break it break it instead of John Cena. That's just me.
I think John Cena's earned it more than anybody.
Hey,
He's earned it more than anybody.
that would be something you never saw coming.
You ain't kidding. I'm going with Drew McIntyre over Randy Orton.
I'm going with Randy Orton for a couple of reasons. One, Randy Orton is the most consistent guy you have right now. He is at the top of his game. Sorry, there's something going on live. He's at the top of his game right now. And he's been consistently doing it for months.
You can pause it.
Randy Orton crushed Edge in all those pay-per-view matches. He ended Edge.
You're right.
And I just think he could do the same thing to Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre has been a good champion. And it's been most unfortunate we don't have a crowd because the crowd is more important to Drew McIntyre than Randy Orton. So I think Randy Orton gets us through the rest of these coronavirus episodes where there's no crowd, limited crowd, virtual crowd.
I'm sorry to
So, yes.
Go ahead.
Like,
You said you're sorry.
You're interrupting. You got to interrupt the
No,
motherfucker.
You can't say sorry to interrupt and not interrupt.
Nope. Go ahead. Finish your statement.
I don't remember that.
Good. It's done. Alexa Bliss is top 5 on my women's superstars. I'm sure you guys know.
Yeah, probably number 5.
Obviously,
It's still top 5. I don't care.
Probably 5.
she must be on TV right now with her crazy hair. I'm just guessing. I don't know.
Hey.
But hey, that wraps up our actual prediction for the show. We have 4. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 quick bonus questions that we'll put together here. We're gonna rip right through these before we get into the chop. So again, if you're just tuning in, thank you again for tuning in and watching us bringing you our Clash of Champions predictions. And if you haven't already, make sure you like, follow, share, retweet, and subscribe. Those are the 5 things that you got to do to make sure that we run wild on you. So, ripping right through our quick 4 bonuses. First thing I got for you guys, which match is going to open the main card of the pay-per-view? Dan, go.
love to kick this off.
You see that? Dan, go.
Kicking this off with Cesaro and Shinsuke tag team match.
Timo.
Women's tag team match, Nia Jax, Shayna versus the Riot Squad.
BA.
What's up?
Stop watching Alexa Bliss, man. I need
How can you not love what Alexa Bliss?
It's Roman.
Go, coming out.
Go.
Yeah, ladder match starts the show.
I got the Raw tag team titles because the Street Profits just bring the swag when nobody can.
Look at this.
Next bonus I got here. How many times? I don't know why this is a bonus question, but it is. How many times will the 24?
You want to know why it's a bonus question? Because a 24/7 title
Let
is
me
a
read
main
the damn
roster
question,
card.
man.
You are dogging on the question before you even get to the question.
How many times will the 24/7
Good
championship
God Almighty,
change
I'm watching.
hands? I will happily answer this with 1 second question. Who will walk out as the Clash of
What
Champions,
the hell?
as the 24/7 champion?
That's God.
R-Truth. So the belt,
Look at it.
I'm putting the belt changes 0 hands, and R-Truth retains the belt.
I'm going to hedge my bets. I'm going to say it changes hands once. And, if it doesn't, R-Truth retains. Because if it's not one time, he's winning it back or he's not losing it at all.
The fact that it's Clash of Champions, I had to throw this bonus question in there.
One of them.
I have the title changing hands twice, and then walking out of the card
It's
is
so strategic, BA.
R-Truth.
Man, because I saw these 2 questions and I just didn't give literal 0 shits. I'm going with 0 times it gets it changes hands 0 times. I don't even think this should deserve to be on the show, even though it is a Clash of Champions. And if it does, I guess I'm going with R-Truth as the guy that walks out of Clash of Champions as champion. And that brings us to our last question before the chop. Thank you guys again for tuning in. Which match is closing this pay-per-view show? I'm going to go first. I'm going Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton ambulance match closes the show.
Has to be going Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre ambulance match as well.
I'm telling you, SmackDown is the show. So Roman Reigns is ending the show.
Oh, wow. I'm very surprised by Timo's prediction there because I'll tell you this much. I almost picked Roman Reigns because usually he closes every single show that is in front of you. But I'm going to go with the actual storyline that's had more builds and deserves the main event, and that is Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton in an endless match, and you're going to have Retribution closing the show because we don't want to fucking see it.
And before we even get into the chop, I just want to give this hot take. Roman Reigns always closes the show.
Yes.
I see what you're saying there. I see what you're saying there,
Especially when
and you know
it's
what?
SmackDown.
I'm going to rebuttal that so hard because he's facing the likes of Jey Uso. That Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso will not be the main event. It will not be the pre-main event. And it might not even be the match before that.
He's talking
Roman Reigns.
I'm talking middle of the card.
Hey, yo,
and Roman Reigns versus Jey
Roman
Uso.
Reigns does not even leave his locker room until
Yo, hot take right now. I'm not changing
Just
my.
like
I am
last
not
week.
changing my prediction. I still feel like the ladder match starts the show. Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso starts here.
Want to know the best fucking part of the show?
What is it?
We end it every time with the chop, baby.
It's Chop City time.
Let's
Ladies
Yeah,
and gentlemen,
yeah,
boys
I
and
need you
girls.
to give the people at home that are still tuning in a recap of
So,
SummerSlam's pay-per-view.
SummerSlam went a little bit of something like this. I made that wild pick of no contest, and guess what? It didn't fucking matter. I got second place at 7-2. Third place
Keep it working.
is Dango at 7-3. However, now we have Macho Man Matty Savage and Timo over there, way over there, talking about who's going to win SummerSlam. Who is the winner and who is the loser? The winner, and still your reigning, defending leader of the current standings, Macho Man Matty Savage. He has 114 correct picks and 31 losses, but for the pay-per-view, he went 7-2. Timo, get your ass up. You went
Sorry.
6-3. I don't care if you're.
I was in
second.
first place until this.
No longer in first place. He's getting chopped today. It is time.
Every now and then, you gotta take a loss. So, I'm gonna have you step here in front of our beautiful SmackTalk sign that you designed for us. I'm gonna have you actually come over to this side so
And
I
this
can give you a
beautiful
nice SmackDown.
SmackTalk t-shirt I designed. We have a couple left. Maybe we might do something special soon.
Hey, guys, thank you all for tuning in to the Clash of Champions pay-per-view. You've made it this far. It's time for the chop. It goes a little something like this. Square up.
Oh, yeah.
Believe that. Thank you all for tuning in. Enjoy the pay-per-view this Sunday. I hope it's good. I hope Retribution doesn't interrupt. Thank you. Good night.
And good night to everyone watching on YouTube.
Bro, you hurt my arm.